We are getting so close now to welcoming in the fall season, and of course in the state of Tennessee that means some truly great conditions for things like hunting and fishing. Joining us now to bring us up to speed on the state of the outdoors is our good friend Matthew Cameron from the TWRA. Some fun video there to look at, right? Fall season in Tennessee.
Great B-roll. Good job whoever put that up there.
No, I was like, oh, that looks like so much fun. But this is certainly that time of year. Everybody really likes to get out. The weather is so nice.
Yeah, transitioning from the heat of summer into the fall here, starting to get the cool nights, and that usually means that the fishing picks up as the water temperature's cool, and then the hunting seasons are just around the corner. So it's an exciting time if you're a Tennessee outdoorsman.
That is true. And speaking of the hunting season, kind of that cycle beginning very soon with archery.
Correct. Yeah, September 27th is when our archery season kicks off. It'll run for about 4 weeks, and it'll segue into the youth or the young sportsman hunt in October. I think it's the 25th and 26th, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, got a few weeks of archery hunting to go here. A lot of opportunities to take antlerless deer, does, so to speak, and put some meat in the freezer if you're pretty good with a bow.
There you go. And then speaking of deer hunting season, as we look ahead, I know on the website you got all that great information talking about the population, kind of what's happening with our deer. And one of the things that you're looking at is deer disease.
Correct. Yeah, hemorrhagic disease, it shows itself this time of year. If you have a really wet spring and summer, and then you get a dry or late summer into fall, which is exactly what we have, this insect, it's a midge or a no-see-um that hatches in mud puddles basically as they dry out, is what spreads the disease. So it's not spread from deer to deer contact. They have to be bit by this fly, and so while they're watering in these water sources, they get bit, they contract the disease, and it causes them to hemorrhage inside and run a fever. So they seek out more water, so it's kind of a chain reaction, and usually you'll find dead deer around water. So if you do see that, we want to know about it. And on the TWRA website, tnwildlife.org, there's a report of sick deer link. Click on it and show us where we're seeing the hemorrhagic disease popping up.
And of course that's important so you can monitor it and then hopefully do something as we see the deer in that area.
Yeah, it's hit pretty hard in Middle Tennessee this year. I think there's 8 counties in Middle and West Tennessee. So far not so bad here in East Tennessee. Right. There's really nothing we can do to prevent it is the problem, but the frost will kill the insect that causes it. So as soon as we get that first hard frost, it'll go away and then probably show itself again about this time next year.
Okay, so good information to know. And then of course you mentioned fishing, and this time of year I know lots of people like being out on the water, better to fish, and then certainly saw that over Labor Day. A lot of boating activity. Yeah,
we got through Labor Day for the 4th year in a row without a fatal boating incident. So
that's great.
Something to celebrate. Good job, Tennessee boaters.
Yeah.
We did have a few serious injury accidents and made a few boating under the influence arrests in connection with those accidents. So yeah, didn't get through it unscathed, but we didn't lose a life, and that's something we're glad of because we're at 19 fatal boating accidents now. Our average is 22, so hopefully we won't reach that number this year. But yeah, still some water to enjoy out there. As lake levels recede though, be mindful that there are going to be stumps and rocks and points and islands that you may not have seen out there that you could run aground on. So just be careful if you're going to boat this time of year.
And it sounds like we're getting very close to that where they're going to be dropping lake levels.
Correct, starting to see it. I'm around Douglas, so you're really seeing it starting to drop and go down. It's depressing in a way, but for a hunter, it's just means that hunting season's around the corner. So something to celebrate.
Always something to look forward to, right?
We
it's like
that.
The end of this, but hey, we've got this.
Correct.
And then you were also going to talk a little bit about waterfowl quotas.
Correct. So the early season waterfowl quota hunt application period will start September 24th. It'll run through October 14th. Don't have a lot of that here in East Tennessee, but there are sites that you can hunt in Middle and West Tennessee on our wildlife management areas. So you put in for this drawing as a party. You have to have between 4 and 8 people to put in for these drawings.
Okay.
And you may get drawn to hunt some pretty good waterfowl hunting in the state. So there is a really good guide on our website because there's a lot of information to digest about this. So go to that guide, tnwildlife.org, click on quota hunts, and you'll see that guide there, and it'll guide you through the process of applying for these hunts.
And the website is such a great piece of information. So many different resources, so many different links, ways you can click to go through, whether it's safety classes, boating classes, all of that on the website.
You're absolutely right, tnwildlife.org. It's all there, and if you have trouble finding it, call our regional office in Morristown. One of the ladies will certainly be glad to help you.
All right, good information. We're leaving you with the sites from the website right there so you can see how easy it is. And hey, don't forget, you can also catch Matt again later today as he joins Chris and Murray Lee on Outdoors Appalachia. You can catch it at 3 o'clock this afternoon on the WJHL Plus app, which is available on Apple TV, Roku TV, and Fire Stick devices. Great to have you on the show. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, ma'am. Thanks for having me.